gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chat, we build fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Daytime in it.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Switch. Attack. Watch twist. Hey, 57.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey, dribble it. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Check. Hey, 15.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back, because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
87, come on, I got 87. Sing with the slot.
On play action, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Fight on these two. Mike 19. Here it comes, here it comes. Shoot. 15. Hey, 57.
They go with Chubb on second down. Pushes him over.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Ricky. Easy. Check. Yellow. Mike 14. Good. Lost a twist.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, 43, 15. 14's the mic. Attack. Watch your slack.
Now here's Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 47 yards.
And the Chiefs will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we set. 19.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try the air now with Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the 50, it's Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down. 4 down. Alert. Watch switch. Watch switch. Watch switch.
Hey, 57 color.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
14's the mic. 14's the mic.
Hey, what's the ball? Mike 14. Mike, yo, hey, go. Shim.
They'll try again with Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. 14's the mic. 14's the mic. Cut.
They'll give it to Chubb. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Nick Chubb, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Back to throw, Watson. Steps away to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Right back to Njoku. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21. Come the ball, work.
Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. From the red zone now, Watson flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it, and the Chiefsans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement, because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On second down now, it's Barnett. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Faking the give. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Watson. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
What we got? 43.
A give running right is Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
25, check 25, attack, attack. Hey, Sunday.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Check 50, check 50.
Now Chubb running right. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They go play fake. Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Mike 14. Mike 14. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, alert
3. He'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he fields it cleanly.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. Now it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman. 38 yards.
And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson letting one fly deep for Cooper.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Again, it's Watson.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
My 5, my 5.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Yellow, yellow.
My 5.
Attack, attack.
Slam.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Yellow. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Easy. Mike 14. Mike 14. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
14's the mic. 14's the mic.
It's a party now. Hey, Sunday. Safety creek.
From midfield, here's Mahomes.
Finding Kelsey. What a catch there.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got 4 down. Jack.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. That's out to Chubb, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Finds the mic. Finds the mic.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes eluding the pressure right.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Mike 14. Mike 14. You better be afraid of me. And Ripple is be afraid of me.
14's the mic. 14.
Mahomes now on first down. High throw, but he makes the catch. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Strong left. Strong left. Let's go deep. Tighten up. Let's go deep. Tighten up.
The Chiefs going to play on another week as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll do